part 3 of how I got Baker acted last night, unjustly by my drunk mother. So I'm sitting in the cop car. He all these calls come in, like crazy shit. Also, I heard a lot of like, oh, suspicious guy at the gas station. So now I know that cops obviously like watch people all the time, which I like knew that, but like they'll literally like call it into each other and stuff like that, which I didn't know. And like just crazy stuff. So the lady like couldn't come. So we like sat there for like a half hour waiting for her. She couldn't come. So I'm like sitting in my neighbor's like driveway basically, handcuffed, very uncomfortable. It is like, it's also like so dehumanizing, which I understand like again why they have to handcuff people and like the way that they do, but it's just like it's very uncomfortable and it hurts really fucking bad to have your hands behind your back and like shit on your wrist so tight and stuff. And so the guy's like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to pat you down, and that was fine. This cop was like totally fine, and like the other cop actually came over and he's like, how's she doing? Like once I like, cause like I literally immediately when they were like, we're going to Baker Act you, I immediately was like, okay, and I just put my hands out. And I don't think that they get that reaction that often, to be honest with you, because they both looked at me like, what the fuck? That was like so easy. And I'm like, so this must not be easy for you that often. But I was like, okay, like what? It's not my fault that you can't assess my drunken mother right now. And also, I know I did literally nothing wrong. So take me, bitches. Take me. I will go fucking, because I can prove my innocence. So let's go. Jesus here. You know, I'm on the Jesus path, guys. Jesus Lord above. So, I then get patted down by this officer. Totally fine. Very respectful. Very much enjoyed him. He played like Drake and like some other stuff, and I was like into it. And you know, I'm always like God speaking through me music, but like I didn't know like half the songs. Honestly, they were very sexual. I was like, this is also kind of strange. He was like talking about blunts and like a lot of like sexual stuff, and I'm like, well, this is weird that this is the music that you're choosing to play right now, and you're married, because I could see men, you know. That's, like, literally how I felt. I was like, this is, like... Because, like, then the tune changed. And then they were, like, all, like, super nice to me. And I'm like, okay. Women know. We know. Because, like, again, like, I have been fat and I have been skinny. And when I am skinny, men are always nicer to me. Even if they're married, even if whatever. They are so much nicer to me. And I picked up on that. You know, I know now. I know, like, I'm literally one of the most intuitive, tapped-in people of energy ever. And, like, of course, I'm going to, like, doubt myself and be like, oh... You know, I'm not, like, because then I'm like, oh, I'm, like, full of myself or something, but I'm not. It's just because I'm literally skinny, and I'm aware of that now. Like, skinnier than, you know, I have been in a long time, because I've, you know, I had to go through this whole diet situation. So that's what I was freaking out about. That was another thing, because I'm like, oh, my God, I'm, like, dairy and gluten-free, like, pretty strict. So, like, you know, hospitals say they are and stuff like that, but... So, anyway, we get there, and, it was, like, fine. I had to get, like, all checked in and stuff. And then, like, what they do... So, it's, like, weird. They have a whole section. Like I said, they have a whole separate entrance for Baker acting in this hospital in Florida. I'm like, this is crazy. I think it's just, like, the one hospital in Volusia County that has that, though. So, it's not like every hospital has this separate section for Baker acting. It's, like, this one specific hospital does in Volusia County. So, let me think about what I want to say. Or where I was. So the cop leaves, the guy who, and he was so nice. Like, once we got there, he's like, do you want me to, like, oh, I forgot to mention. So, okay, hold on. So after he patted me down, he put me back in the cop car. So I had already been in this cop car with my hands behind my back for a half hour. He has to, like, type up this whole ass report about this situation before he takes me to the hospital, because they have to have the paperwork, you know, to the people or whatever. So he literally took, like, 45 minutes to type this report while I'm sitting in the back of this cop car. I'm like, do you have to make it so fucking detailed? Like, what the hell? So, I don't know. It was just, I was like, what the hell? Anyway, so whatever. So I'm in the cop car for, like, an hour, 15 minutes with my hands behind my back and these fucking tight-ass fucking things. It was so uncomfortable. You know, I didn't say a word, you know, unless I was spoken to. He did leave, though, and I started talking to myself, and I'm like, oh, my God, I literally sound like a crazy person. Like, I need to stop this. And, you know, all this shit's running through my head. I'm like, this is happening for me right now. I have to get my shit together because I know where I'm going, so I have to act a certain way. I have to present myself a certain way, and I have to answer questions a certain way to get myself out of this pickle I have now found myself in. So I was like, get your shit together. Because I'd like been like kind of like heated and stuff like before this happened. But the second they were like, we're Baker acting you, like I just had this huge like wave of calmness like come over me. Also, when I went out of the house, there were so many drones in the sky. Like it was crazy. I've never seen so many drones in my entire life. Like, so I felt like very protected in this situation. Like it was like a sign to me. It's like of all the nights I've lived here in Florida, like there was ones that again were below the horizon where stars don't sit. So I know they're not drones, but like orbs, and they show up like star looking for me. But also like I get ships now, so I saw those as well, and there was like so many. It was crazy. So even before they came, but that was like when I walked out of the house. So it was like right before the cop showed up. So it was almost like a warning to me. Like they were like, because like when I walked out of the house, I was like, what the fuck? Why are there so many stars out? Like, you know, orbs out tonight. Like I've never seen this many. Like that's kind of strange and odd. They're like, sister, you're gonna go through a big lesson here. So get your learning years on, girlfriend, and we're here with you, and you're going to be protected and all that stuff. Because I did start to think, like, I just really hope this is a good guy. And he doesn't turn his security camera off, and he really respects his marriage, and he doesn't do things to me right now. Because there are so many incidences of women, you know, having that happen to them. And so, I didn't pick up, obviously, those vibes from this guy, so I felt, like, very safe, luckily. So, let me think about this. I get to the hospital. I get admitted, or, like, so when they take you in as a Baker Act, there's two different places that you go. First, you go to the, like, Baker Act, like, holding part of the hospital. It's this whole like smaller separate ward, so it's only like maybe like 10 rooms or something like that, and they're like really small, and there's like a communal bathroom that's private and stuff, and you just go into it, but like, you know, then so there's all these rooms, and when I got in there, so they, like, come and get you. They come and, like, wheel you around, like, as transport. Like, they make you, like, sit in a wheelchair and they wheel you around. So, they come talk to me and they, like, ask me, like, what happened and, like, how I got in here, and I explained the situation. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna need blood and urine, and we're gonna take your vital signs. And I immediately was like, do I have to give specimens? Like, I'm obviously against against my will and all that stuff, but like, you know, sometimes there's like things where it's like, well, you don't necessarily, if you because like in the hospital you have the right to refuse. That's a part of medication administration that you learn in nursing. And you can also leave the hospital against medical advice, which is called leaving AMA. So, but in Baker acting, it's different, I learned. So the guys at first were like, well, yeah, you can refuse, but it's going to make it harder to get out of here, basically, because the doctor obviously wants to see if you're on the influence of anything. So I was like, well, I will absolutely submit to a urine screening. No issues there. But I do not want to do blood because I'm a hard stick and I fucking hate getting my blood drawn. So please, can we not, like, get my blood drawn? So my cortisol already spiked during this situation because I was having, like, PTSD flashbacks from my old, because it was just, like, obviously terrible before I even got to the hospital. So I started to feel like I was getting the oncoming of an asthma attack a little bit. Like, I could tell, like, it was starting to slowly creep on because I've been on prednisone, obviously, with the asthma attack. So it actually went a lot slower last night for me. But this, basically, like, the second I got there, I could feel, like, my chest, like, start to tighten and things like that. But it was, like, it took a while to come on. So, I'm going to go into a part 4.